AZOTH fan, my name is Kiahonfire and welcome back to New World. Today I'm going to be going over a guide on how to get AZOTH, or AZOTH, however you want to call it. This is a substance that allows you to fast travel around the map and go to different places, so it's very valuable, and I'm going to give you some tips on well, how to obtain it. If you're in a drought of AZOTH right now, perhaps you're looking on ways to get it, and I will show you that today. So let's get into it. And the first one's going to be very obvious. It's going to be going into your well, your missions, and you can see a lot of missions actually drop AZOTH themselves, like especially around my tier as well. A lot of these side missions, main missions, there's even a little faction-y one over here. They're dropping AZOTH, so you could go and do those, although that could be very time-consuming of a way to do it. However, it'll give you more than just AZOTH, so it could be a good way to do it also. But there's another way you could do it if that's not really your cup of tea. You could go ahead and do killings of level 20 plus enemies. Now if you find a nice area, let's say a farm or a very populated zone, you could go there and kill the enemies there, and if you pick a big enough place, then you can just keep rotating and well, they just keep respawning while you kill them, so that would be a really good thing to do. Now you don't get it every time, it's just like now and again, but you get about 10-ish from the kill if you're just like on the level 20 mark or a little bit higher, killing those kind of enemies. And well, honestly, a lot of these missions are offering 20 AZOTH, so if you can go ahead and get 20 AZOTH in much less time than you could with spending running to the missions and running all over the map, then this could be a really efficient way to go ahead and get it, just finding an area like that. Also, you can go ahead, if you're in one of those areas, and farm like the vegetables and other items, so you're not exactly wasting your time there, you have plenty to do, you're not just running. So that's a good idea you could do as well. And then comes my other idea, if that's not your flavour. Another way to get AZOTH is doing expeditions. You can get it via just starting one up and entering into the first room. And then of course you're going to get loads of nice loot via that expedition anyway. But they do take time. But I got 58 when I joined this time round, so that was nice. And then you can get more in different expeditions. So it's a good way to go and get it as well. Corruption events. So doing the low and the high ones could be a really good idea. It will go much quicker if you have a group, of course, but do remember if the other faction claims it, then you will not get your AZOTH and it will be a complete waste of time. But if you do, then it can offer you a little bit there, so you can get 20 or 10, you know, or a little bit more out of it. And you do those events, and you can get a treasure chest with it, so that could be good to do, and some XP. Not as good as it used to be in the alpha, but is still pretty decent XP. But anyway, we're talking about AZOTH. So that could be a thing you could do. And then there's another option on the table. However, you need a certain item for this, and it doesn't seem like many people know where you actually get this item. So I've done a little research on it, and hopefully that can give you some, well, give you a heads up on what I'm looking at right here. So I'm going to go over to our workbench where we go ahead and make tools, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So there's actually a buff you can put on weapons like steel and iron. I have some steel ones because my friend made me some. But I got iron to look at here today. And you can add perks onto items, right? This is no new thing. But you can put one on called Drop of AZOTH Oil. And this will give you an extraction perk. So when you're farming, you might be able to get some oil out of it. And that would be a really good thing to do. However, the downside I found with this, on the information I can find so far, is it's saying it drops out of level 60 plus enemies. So you have, on their actual wiki, it's saying they can drop from Alcyon, Chardis, and Celia, and they're apparently dungeon bosses. And then the other information I found about this oil is people are saying that you can also get it from farming and mining and logging, and just like a really random drop. So there's that. But if you can get your hands on some, you can farm this stuff very well. But I just wanted to put that out as an option for you guys. If anybody actually has been able to get that themselves and knows how, then do put it in the comments down below and I'll be sure to pin it. But there's some stuff that you could get. You could also, I suppose, if someone's selling it, you could buy it. Nobody's selling it in my area, but I don't see why you'd want to sell it. That would be absolutely insane. But you could essentially buy it if it's there in the market to buy. I'd imagine it would be very expensive because of what it does, but it's a very good perk, and make sure you don't sell it if you have it. So there you go. And that is pretty much my recommendations on getting AZOTH. That's all the ways I've found so far. It should be very good for you guys to go ahead and farm out and get yourself some. But anyway, thanks for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!